to you on the first day, huh? That's kind of crazy. What grade are you going into? Wow. Are you excited about next year? Yeah? Good. Okay. Do you know which school do you go to? Yeah. Oh, okay. That's where Miss Megan works at, huh? You know Miss Bruzzoni? Not that much, but you've seen her. Good. Okay. So tell me, before we get started, I want to ask you some questions. Is that okay? Okay. So I'm going to ask you some things about reading. When you're reading and you come to something you don't know, what do you do?
Try to remember the word when I read it before.
Oh, good. Do you read a lot? Not that much? Okay. Do you ever do anything else besides remembering the word? Oh, good. You sound it out? How about anything else? That's great. That's great. No, those are good strategies, Tracy. What would you do if someone was having trouble reading? What would you do to help them?
I would tell them sound it out.
Okay. Would you tell them to do anything else besides sound it out? It's okay. Good. Thank you. What would you like to do better as a reader? Oh my goodness, that's cool. Do you like to write? Do you like reading or writing better? Okay, that's great. Is there anything else you'd like to do to become a better reader?
A better writer.
Okay, so just being a better writer. Okay, it's all right. So now I want you to rate yourself as a reader. If 1 is not a very good reader and 10 is like the best reader ever, where would you rate yourself as a reader?
Like 7.
Okay, and why do you say 7?
7 is an odd number.
Okay, so would you say that, so 7 is pretty close to 10, so you would say you think of yourself as a pretty good reader? Okay, good. All right, thanks, Trace. So now what I'm going to do is I have this page here, and I'm going to be taking notes. Everything I write down, don't worry, I'll share with you after. It's not a secret, okay? I'm not testing you or anything, okay? So I'm going to have you read from your book. I'll ask you about your book in a minute, and when you're done reading, I'll have you tell me what you read about, okay? So can you tell me what book you're reading from?
If you get pick a party.
Oh, this is a good book. I like this one. Do you like this book? Good.
I read it over and over and over.
You did? Oh my goodness. Okay, great. So why don't you start reading and I'll just take my notes, okay?
Give a pick a party. You ask the person for it. Leave the person who she wants to decorate the house. When she's finished decorating, she puts on her favorite dress. Then she called all her friends to invite them to the party. Her friends won't be home, so you go with her to look for them. On the way, she will see a street fair. She'll want to go on the bumper cars. All her friends are there. When you have to take her on all the rides, she'll want to play all the games. When she's done, she'll ask for some ice cream. When she's finished eating the ice cream, she'll need to change her clothes. You'll have to take her huge.
Okay. Remember, draw a line where you don't know, and I'll help you with it in a little bit, okay?
she is finished, she'll want to decorate it. So she'll ask for some balloons. And chances are when you give her some balloons, she'll going to ask you for a party.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Trace. So can you tell me what you read about?
Like having a party.
Okay. What else?
Going to the fair.
Good. Anything else you want to tell me that you remember?
To get on my favorite dress.
Uh-huh. Is that all?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Excellent. Thank you for that. Now, before we go on, is there a piece in this story that maybe was kind of tricky or you didn't understand that maybe we can look at?
This part. I always read that part, but then I have to go to that part. But I have to go to this part and that part.
But you know what's so cool, Trace, about what you did? Is even though that is tricky for you, you know what strategy you used? Do you know what strategy you used when you skipped to that page? Do you know what you did? You bounced back. So you went here and you went, wait, I'm missing something. That doesn't make sense. So you're telling yourself in your mind, does this make sense? Did that make sense when you skipped that line? When you started here? When you started with, of course, you went, wait, this doesn't make sense. So you went back and you noticed, what did you see?
I saw finishing my pictures out.
Exactly, and then that made sense to follow up with, of course, huh? So you read for meaning. So when you're reading, it's a really good strategy that really good readers do to ask yourself, does this make sense? And you did that with that. And then if it doesn't make sense, you did what you did there. You just bounced back. So on this page, you skipped to here. You said, no, that doesn't make sense. So you bounced back and you saw there was something missing. And you corrected it, didn't you? So good readers do that. They bounce back and they make meaning. They ask themselves, does it make sense? Okay. So what do you think would be a good thing to continue doing to become just the awesome reader that you are? Keep going. What were those two things? So what was the first thing that you worked on that you can do? It's okay. So what do we do? Right here. You skipped to here and you said, uh-oh. What did you tell yourself? You bounced back, and then you realized when you're reading, what did you ask yourself? Does this
make sense?
Exactly. So if you keep that in your mind, Trace, does this make sense? You're going to make sense of your reading because you read those words really well. Okay? Can you do that for me? All right. So you said you're a 7. Do you still think you're a 7, or do you think you're something else as a reader? You don't know?
I still think I'm a 7.
You still think you're a 7? Well, I think you did a really, really nice job. So thank you very much for reading with me, Trace. All right? I'll let you get back to writing.